Do you want to hear the
Alrighty then.
amazing story that I have
Oh
about
yeah.
this track? Uh,
Let me ask you with this. Do I want to know the amazing story?
yeah. So I was testing.
Hmm.
Um, things were going fine. Racing was good. Uh, there's like a rare chance of cautions, but the race will normally stay green. And I did happen to notice though during all my test races, all the tests I was doing, is that during pit stops, like under green flag, whoever qualified 42nd either ended up falling multiple laps down under pit stops or retired from the race with the issue being no fuel. And I was like, "Oh."
That's weird.
I was like, "I've seen that before." And where I've seen that before, I think it's Pocono 2012 has a glitch like that. There's two pit stalls where whenever they pit, the AI pull into the stall, don't even stop, and just immediately pull back out. And I was like, oh no. So then there was one race where I watched 42nd, and they were doing exactly that. They were pulling into their pit stall and then immediately leaving. And I was like, that's not good. I was like, why is that happening? I think I've heard in the past like it could be something to do with like the coordinates of the pit stall and the INI, or it could be something to do with how the track was made in sandbox, because there's
Hmm.
like track surface types that are used. So like there's a racing surface type, there's like an apron surface, there's pit road surface, there's apron near pit road, there's a pit stall surface. So I was like, well, maybe it's like that pit stall for some reason isn't like a pit stall on the track. So I was like, maybe it's glitched and like it's pulling in, and maybe there's something in the code that says like it needs to be a pit stall for them to stop. So I was like, well,
Right.
maybe that's it. So I opened up the track in Sandbox, and every single thing is called pit stall. So I was like, I have no idea what this issue could be. So I tried stuff with like uh, moving the coordinates, because I was looking at the coordinates in Sandbox too, and they all matched up pretty well with the coordinates that were put. But I was like, maybe it's like slightly off. So I was trying to change it, and it was not working at all. So then I was like, well, this track has like I think it had 49 pit stalls or something, and I'm like, well, the track has 49 pit stalls. There's only 42 cars. So I was like, maybe there's like because there's other pit stalls at the end of pit road that aren't being used. I was like, maybe I could just use those. But all of those had the same exact issue of the AI pulls in, then just immediately pulls out and never stops. And I was like, this isn't good. Like, how is it like this broken? And I was like, and how can I even fix this? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know anything about making tracks and doing stuff in Sandbox. The most thing I can do is like change the logos in the grass and like wall stuff. I was like, I can't do shit. So I was like really kind of frustrated, and I was like, well, and this is like the newest version of Night Atlanta, and this is Atlanta 2014. There is not a newer night version. If I wanted to have a newer night version, I would need to take a day track and make it a night track, and that's more stuff in Sandbox I just did not want to do. So I was
Right.
like very disappointed, and I'm like, well, what the hell is happening? And then I was like, well, let me go to the track. Like, there's an NR2003 track website, so I went there, and sure enough, the person who made this track made a track called Atlanta 2017. It's not a night track, but it's a day track. And I was like, well, if the same guy made it, maybe I can see like, is the issue the same there? Like, did he use the exact same stuff? And if there's no issue, maybe I can find the difference. So I simulated a race to stops, and under those pit stops on 2017 Atlanta, 42nd was able to stop in their pit stall and have a normal pit stop. And I was like, all right, well, something changed. So I loaded up both tracks in Sandbox, and I kid you not, nothing was different. Like everything looked the same. I have no like there has to be something I'm missing that I need to look at, like that was different. But everything I was looking at was the exact same. So I was like, this makes no sense. Everything's the same. All the INI stuff's the same. I was like, I have no clue what could be causing this. So then
Yeah.
I eventually was like, maybe there is like an open pit stall somewhere in the middle of pit road, because it just seemed like all the pit stalls in like this one section of track was messed up. So I was like, maybe it's something to do with that section. I don't know, but I was like, maybe there's a pit stall somewhere else. So I'm going through another thing, going through green flag pit stops, and I was like, oh my god, there's an open pit stall. I was like, I just need to move all the pit stalls up one stall spot, and then it'll be good. It'll be perfect. So I was, I was looking. I was like, all right, it's between. I think it's between the 14th and 15th place starters. So I was like, perfect. So that's like the way pit stalls are numbered in the INI. It goes pit stall 0 all the way down to whatever number it ends at. So I was like,
Right.
it's going to be pit stall 14 if it's between the 14th and 15th place starters. The 14th and 15th place starters should get 13 and 14. So I was like, it's going to be pit stall 14 that like in between that. So I was looking and I was like, well, none of these gaps match. Like all the gaps of the coordinates, it's like roughly 9 to 10 between each pit stall, and all of them were. So I was like, this makes no sense now. I was like, how can this pit stall not be a pit stall but still be accounted for in the pit stall list? I was like, this, like, nothing was making sense. I went in and I was counting pit stalls, and everything was matching up. And, like, I was so confused. I was like, there is this ghost pit stall that is there that's not being used, but is somehow coordinated in the INI. So my head was, like, pounding at this point because I'm like, I have no idea what is going on now. I've been counting pit stalls. I've been like associating each. I was associating each coordinate of the center of the pit stall in sandbox to the coordinate in the INI, and everything matched up. Every pit stall on here was in the INI, so I was super confused now. I'm like, it's literally in there. It's not missing, but it's not being used. I had no idea. So then I looked, and it's in the track INI. It goes pit stall 0, and it ends at pit stall 48, I think it was. So I was like, all right, there's 49 pit stalls. So I was like, I'm going to like literally count these pit stalls out. So I do it in sandbox, and there's 50 pit stalls. I'm like, how is this possible? I was like, there's 49. Like it goes 0 to 48, so there's 49 in the INI, but there's 50 on this track. I was like, this makes absolutely no sense now. So now my head's even pounding more. You know what the issue was?
Hmm.
In the INI list, there were 2 pit stalls called pit stall 14.
Huh.
So it was like the game was like, oh, there's 2 that are 14. There should only be 1. So it uses the first value, and then that second one is just like, I can't use that. There's no number associated to it that's different. So then it just takes 15 and makes it, 15, 16, 17. So I was like, oh my god. So I renumbered, and sure enough, now it works.
That's so stupid.
I still don't know the issue with the pit stalls down at the end of pit road. I guess technically called pit stall 43, 44, 45, 46, all the way to 49. 0 to
Mhm.
42 work fine, or 0 to whatever work fine. All the others, though, that are like beyond the AI limit, I have no clue why they're broken. And I still don't know the answer as to why Atlanta 2017 pit road worked, but this one didn't, even though everything looked the same. So,
Well, you wouldn't technically need the last ones, right?
no, you don't. It's just like I'm just confused as to, because even in the Atlanta 2017 track, the same thing happened with, there was duplicate pit stall 14, so that pit stall was being used. But like
Uh,
I don't know like I don't know why it was working in Atlanta 2017, not this one. Like, not that, like you mentioned, we don't need it. It's just weird that it was
right.
working in Atlanta 2017 and it wasn't in this one. But I'm at least glad I figured everything out. It only took me a little bit of headache yesterday to fix it. And then I simulated qualifying, and Laura Chung was 42nd. I was like, well, thank God I found a fix to that issue.
Hmm.
Because, like, you can't have Laura Chung coming down pit road, like, constantly. Literally, what happens with that glitch is they will keep coming down pit road lap after lap until they run out of fuel, and then that's when they retire from the race because of no fuel. Alternatively, they pull in and the guy in front of them is in their pit stall, so then since they don't stop, they immediately try and pull out, and they hit the guy in front, and they get stuck, and then they get towed to their pit stall, which is why they fall like 7, 8, 9 laps down, and then they get their service there, but then they're like 10 laps down. That's like the 2 options that
Interesting.
happen. It's bizarre. I don't understand it.
Doesn't sound right at all.
Great game.
Hey, it's fixed though.
It's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. The pit stall isn't fixed. That pit stall would still be an issue if we were using it, but not using it
That's
because we don't
fine.
have
Yeah,
to.
that's fine. It's all right. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I don't understand how we're getting so lucky.
That's our first
I
photo
don't
finish in a
understand.
long time.
I don't understand how we're getting so lucky with these great finishes. Dude, there was so much that just happened there.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Dude, look at that. Look at tuck between two lappers.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's wow.
I'm just gonna go from the helicopter slow mo. We can talk over it because they'll just be playing in the background. But
Oh my goodness.
got
I
right
truly thought the
there.
AI was gonna force it.
I thought so too. It just looked like it was setting up perfectly. The 18 was gonna drift up a little bit higher. I thought it was gonna happen.
100%.
That is absolutely crazy. I just can't believe that. It, like the midseason tournament is so like scary because it's not guaranteed to come down like this.
Oh, tuck got hell. Look, he
Oh,
wanted to
he
move
was
to the
loose.
inside so
Gordon got
badly.
loose.
It's they're coming to the line. It's gonna be Harvick.
Like you can see the car like move off
Yeah,
of the
he
corner.
twitched.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. Woo!
It worked out fantastically.
Yes, it did. It's kind of sad that there's no like good camera angle to show the like actual finish. Like
Can
TV
you
one
get it to?
sucks.
Can you get a camera like lined up with the start finish line? Just go to none.
Not really.
Uh,
This is like the closest you get to that. And it's
Damn.
still at an angle, but
That sucks. That would have been awesome if there was a good camera angle that was like on the start finish line itself.
oh, maybe what I could do is when I do like a background picture for the results and stuff, I could use like the finish.
True.
So maybe I'll do that.
That'll work.
All right, let's now go
That's
look.
crazy.
Let's do points and stuff.
What the fuck happened to Eli?
I don't know. It could have just been a slow stop. There was like a lot of stuff that. So the 05 was brakes. The 58 was a wheel.
Ah.
I don't
That-
see anything for Eli, so I think it was just a slow stop.
Just shitty stuff. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
That's what it looks like.
Making it hard. Uh, that was
When was the last time we
ridiculous.
had a photo finish? I can't.
I don't know. I was
Really
trying not to
remember.
talk over you, but at the same time, I was like, I
Well,
have.
it's
I
so
have.
exciting. Like
Yeah,
it is
that was
hard.
fantastic.
It's hard in those scenarios not to talk. UPS.
I need to start muting my mic.
Side job.
Slide job! Slide job!
And the points. Jude Martinelli's
All right,
in
Joe.
at the moment.
Oh, fuck. He's in.
He's in at the moment.
Oh, my goodness.
Only by 11 points. Matt Tuck's close. Jericho's close. They could knock Martinelli out.
Wouldn't that be something?
You kind of want that
I'd be all right with that.
because Eli would maybe be a wild card then. Although Eli
Knock him
and
out.
Jones
Knock
are
him
only
out.
1 point apart, and Gabe Willard is now out. He has a win, so there's a lot going on there. Oh, the team points. Whoo.
That don't sound good.
Vision Motorsports is now 42 points back of Otter Island.
Really?
And Toussaint Racing is only 49 back.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.